2017, going hard, spending all my money, doing whatever to get where I'm at now.
Okay, and I guess for a while now, you've had a 9-to-5 job.
Yes, sir.
When the stage lights fade, some rap legends don't fall off. They clock in.
About between 16 and 15, man, I had about 12 jobs 1 year, just trying to, live different, man, trying to elevate, trying to do something different instead of being my own boss.
BFB Dew Pacman went from viral success to working as a mailman, even after hitting millions of streams. Bun B, a Southern pioneer, now lectures at Rice University and runs one of America's top burger joints, and a few others made pivots even more surprising. Here are the rap stars who traded fame for normal jobs and why they chose that path. BFB Det Pacman. Let's jump off with one of the realest, most uncut voices to ever bless the game. BFB Da Pacman, government name Terry Jawan Thomas, straight out of the grimy streets of Flint, Michigan. This ain't your typical come-up story. Nah, this is way more authentic than that. Check it. Picture a young bull surviving getting shot at 17, catching gun and drug charges, just trying to make it out the mud by any means necessary.
Between 16 and 15, man, I had about 12 jobs 1 year, just trying to, live different, man, trying to elevate, trying to do something different instead of being my own boss. Let me go get a job. Let me go, let me just try something different.
After he finished his probation back in 2015, Homie relocated to Houston and got himself a gig at the United States Postal Service. And this wasn't no Plan B type situation. This was his foundation, his anchor. While all his homies was out here chasing fast money and quick licks, BFB was punching that clock, delivering packages, and recording heat in his closet whenever he got off shift. His big break dropped in 2020 with Free Joe Exotic, a collab with Sada Baby that racked up over 10 million views on YouTube in like 6 weeks flat. The track was everything mainstream hip-hop wasn't trying to be. Self-aware, funny as hell, and completely honest about his weight and his struggles. Bars like "My About to Leave Me Cause I'm Built Like Patrick" became instant viral moments. And just like that, this mailman from Flint was the talk of the streets. His first album, Fatas Need Love Too, had features from heavyweights like was Khalifa and Benny the Butcher, proving he had real juice in the industry. But yo, here's the wildest part of BFB's whole situation. Through all of this, the millions of streams, the festival performances, the collabs with certified legends, my man never quit his job at USPS. In interviews, he kept it 100 about why he stayed.
And were you rapping at that point?
Yeah, I always rap. I started taking raps. I always rapped since I was young. My cousin named Smoke, he was like a rapper. He lived in Topeka, Kansas. He said, too short. Ice Cube had called the phone and he never fulfilled his dreams or something like that.
The Postal Service was offering something rap couldn't guarantee in these streets. Steady bread, health benefits, and a union that actually had his back.
Listen, there's no shame in having a job. I think people in hip-hop try to glamorize doing illegal to get by and not have a job.
Oh.
You're taking a way bigger risk.
Oh, no, I'd be quick to tell her, listen, ain't no shit.
Even when he's on tour, BFB keeps that job.
You mentioned that you shot the video with Sada Baby. The next morning you had to take your kids to daycare, and then you had to do the work at the post office. At this point in time, you have a distribution situation with a serious distributor. You just put your new album out. You're still not working at the post office, are you? You still are. You have to be part-time.
This how it is, bro. So, after I come off tour, after I get done running around, I go back home.
Still to this day.
By 2025, even with an estimated net worth sitting at around $7 million, Homie is still putting in work at USPS. He drops albums, performs at local shows in Flint, and keeps it pushing with his day job. His message is clear as day. Ain't no shame in having a regular job while you chase your dreams. Fun. Now, let's chop it up about a certified Southern legend. A cat who helped put Texas hip-hop on the map. Bun B, born Bernard James Freeman straight out of Port Arthur, Texas. Born March 19, 1973, Bun B is one half of the iconic duo UGK Underground Kings. And when we talk about pioneers of that dirty South sound, this OG's name got to be mentioned. No cap. Bum's come-up started in the late 80s when he linked up with Chad Pimp C Butler in high school, forming what would become one of the most influential groups in Southern rap history.
It came about with basically Jay-Z calling us up, said he had a nice track, thought that we would sound good on. Said the track Oprah, and I was like, I can dig that. That should be a problem. It was different, than anything we had really done previously with UGK, but I knew it was going to be a big record. But Pimp had his own reservations about it as far as just making sure that it didn't take us too far in a direction that we couldn't come back from. At the end of the day, it ended up being a big record. Oh, absolutely. It almost didn't happen.
Their chemistry was undeniable. Bun B brought that rapid-fire intellectual flow, while Pimp C provided those soulful blues-tinged beats. Together, they created the blueprint for the Dirty South movement that would eventually take over the entire game. Their 1992 debut, Too Hard to Swallow, introduced the world to their raw, unapologetic sound with Pocket Full of Stones getting national radio play. But it was 1996 Riding Dirty that really put UGK on the map, hitting number 2 on the R&B hip-hop charts. Then came the big one. Their 2000 collab with Jay-Z on Big Pimpin' catapulted them into mainstream consciousness. By 2007, their double album Underground Kings hit number 1 on the Billboard 200, with international players' anthem, I Choose You, becoming a certified hood classic. But yo, the game changed forever when Pimp C passed away in 2007 from a drug overdose. For Bun B, this wasn't just losing a partner, this was losing a brother. Without Pimp's production magic and creative partnership, Bun B's solo work, while critically acclaimed, just didn't have that same UGK energy. Albums like Trill OG and Return of the Trill were dope, but it felt like closing chapters rather than new beginnings. The industry was changing, too. Streaming was taking over, and even legends were struggling with those pennies per stream payouts. So, what did Bun B do? In 2011, he became an adjunct professor at Rice University, teaching a course called Religion and Hip-Hop Culture. Yeah, you read that right. A street MC from Port Arthur, Texas, teaching at one of the most prestigious universities in the country. Professor Anthony Pinn invited him after seeing how thoughtful and deep Bun B was about hip-hop's spiritual dimensions. Now, peep this, Bun B ain't just teaching. He's also running his own burger spy.
It can be very difficult. It's hard to even do things. What did you start with? I know everything. I hope I'm doing this for y'all. Today, got the king of the truth.
I'm making my head fit.
Yeah, the man with the number 1 burger in America. Okay? UGK. You feel me? I got Bun B in the house.
I'm so happy to be here.
By 2025, at 52 years old, Bun B's teaching role is a cornerstone of his identity. His days involve cataloging artifacts, lecturing, discussing social justice issues like police brutality and voting rights, real community work. He's also running Trill Burgers, his Houston-based burger joint, proving is about that entrepreneur life, too.
What's the Trill Burger experience? Walk us through.
The Trill Burger experience is really, most burgers, when people eat hamburgers, they're really not addicted to the burger, they're addicted to the condiments that they like on the burger. You know what I'm saying? So typically when you go somewhere and get a burger, regardless of what the burger have on it, if you like mayonnaise, you're going to put some mayonnaise on the burger. If you like mustard, you're going to put it on there. But that's because that's what you like, because a patty typically don't really taste like it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like a steak. A real good steak don't need steak.
With an estimated net worth around $4 million, Homie could easily be living lavish. But instead, he's choosing to give back, teach, and preserve hip-hop culture. Gerardo Mahia Rico Suave. All right, let's switch gears and talk about a cat who brought Latino flavor to the game in a major way. Gerardo Mahia, better known as Rico Suave, born April 16, 1965 in Guayaquil, Ecuador. This brother came to the States when he was 12, settling in Glendale, California, and immediately started soaking up that multicultural LA scene. Before music, Gerardo was a beast at break dancing, winning a national contest as a teenager and pocketing $50,000. He developed his signature locking dance style and started getting acting gigs in movies like Can't Buy Me Love in Colors. But what really had him fired up was the lack of positive Latino representation in hip-hop. Most of what he saw was either stereotypical or straight disrespectful. So Homie created the Rico Suave persona, a smooth-talking, confident Latin lover who flipped stereotypes on their head. Signed to the up-and-coming Intercope Records, he dropped Rico Suave in 1990, and that joint took off like a rocket. The track peaked at number 7 on the Billboard Hot 100, number 2 on the Hot Rap Singles chart, and the video with Gerardo shirtless, rocking a bandana, leading backup dancers became an MTV staple. Lines like, "I'm not too cool to get my hands dirty," resonated with fans, and the song spent 18 weeks on the charts, earning 2 MTV Video Music Award nominations. At 25, Gerardo was one of the first Latino artists to achieve major crossover success in the U.S., helping put Intercope on the map. His debut album, Moitmo, went gold, selling over 500,000 copies. But here's where things get real. Fame started eating at him. By 2003, after years of infidelity and internal struggle, Gerardo hit rock bottom during what he calls his wake-up call. He confessed everything to his wife. And in that moment of complete brokenness, he turned back to his Christian faith. He told Oprah in 2016, "I knew I was a dirtbag," but that confession became the first step toward redemption. Fast forward to 2025, and at 60 years old, Gerardo is now Pastor G, leading House of Grace Church in Ashland, Kentucky. Yeah, you heard that right. From Latin heartthrob to small-town preacher, he and Kathy reconciled after years of healing, and together they built a non-denominational church that emphasizes authenticity over performance. His message is simple but powerful. Don't wear a mask, be yourself. His youth ministry focuses on Hispanic and Appalachian communities, using his Rico Suave pass as a cautionary tale about fame's pitfalls. The church pays modestly, probably around $40,000 to $60,000 annually for small-town pastors, but it's supplemented by his Rico Suave coffee brand launched in 2024 and royalties from his music catalog. I love McConaughey. Now, let's talk about a cat who represents a whole different era of hip-hop. I love McConaughey. Born MC Conne Camille Sharon on April 12, 1989 in South LA. His big break came in 2014 when he dropped Tuesday, originally clubbed Going Up on a Tuesday, produced by Sunny Digital and Metro Booming. The track was woozy, off-kilter, with McConaughey about molly-fueled nights and this cartoonish falsetto that shouldn't have worked, but somehow did. Then Drake heard it and dropped an unsolicited remix, and boom, the song shot to number 12 on the Billboard Hot 100, got a Grammy nomination, and McConaughey signed to OO Sound. But then things started falling apart. O kept delaying his projects. Tracks from his album sat unreleased for months. Old tweets dissing Drake as corny resurfaced in 2016, creating tension. Then in 2017, McConaughey came out as gay on Twitter, becoming one of the first openly gay rappers in mainstream hip-hop. The backlash was immediate and brutal. Friends distanced themselves. Streams dipped, and he told Hot New Hip Hop in 2025 they had a few years of just silence. By 2024, he officially announced he was done with the I Love McCon. Then in August 2025, a video surfaced that had the internet going crazy. I love MC Conne in a kitchen wearing an apron cooking. The jokes came fast and hard. People clowned him for falling off or going from Drake collabs to flipping burgers. But here's the real story. MC Conne was fundraising for Burn Money Studios, his Portland creative space that had been damaged by fire. He was working as a guest chef, and he made it clear he wasn't embarrassed at all.
Look at all these people out here. They hungry for food. They're working and getting this money. You know what I'm saying? If you need me to come guest chef at your spot, holla at me. Let me know what city I'm coming through. Hooking up. We got this smash burgers going on tonight. You know, I'm tired already though. You know, I love cooking for the people. So if y'all need me to pull up,
The cooking gigs, probably paying around $30,000 to $50,000 annually for line cook supplement his roughly $1 million net worth of music. But more importantly, it grounds him in a way fame never did. He clapped back at critics on social media. "You'll turned your back on me." And he's right. The same industry that lifted him up when Drake co-signed, abandoned him when he came out, and when his sound didn't fit the algorithm anymore. But I Love McCon is still creating under the name Macaran, still dropping occasional tracks, still living his truth. Kelly's. Now, let's talk about a sister who's always done things her own way. Kelly's Rogers, born August 21st, 1979 in Harlem, New York. This queen brought a unique blend of R&B, hip-hop, soul, and electronic music to the game. And her voice, raw, powerful, unapologetic, made her impossible to ignore. A friend connected her to the Neptunes, Fel and Chad Hugo, in 1997, and their chemistry was instant. Virgin Records signed her in 1998, and in 1999, she dropped her debut Kaleidoscope, entirely produced by the Neptunes. The lead single, Caught Out There, became a feminist anthem with its raw chorus, "I Hate You So Much Right Now," going gold internationally and hitting number 54 on the UK singles chart. But her biggest moment came in 2003 with Milkshake. The song hit number 3 on the Hot 100, number 2 in the UK, and became a cultural phenomenon. The lyrics were suggestive, the beat was infectious, and Kelly's confidence was undeniable. Her album Tasty sold over 500,000 copies in the US, and she was everywhere. Videos on MTV, performing on award shows, the whole nine. But behind the scenes, things were falling apart. As a teenage snee, Kelly's got robbed blind by her label and the Neptunes. She told The Guardian in 2020, "The Neptunes and their lawyers robbed me blind." She earned nothing from Kaleidoscope or Wonderland.